Hi everyone, my name is Naja Morris and here's my discussion piece. So, the way in which I would see gender roles and socialization being used in the media is by beauty products. A lot of them are really geared towards women, and with that, it's also so that women can not necessarily really empower themselves, but sometimes, look good for men. Another way that I would see it then is also with men, is that you're going to see them doing more things based on strength, on their ability to be stronger and smarter, showing them leadership roles and things like that. And just, always sometimes when it did come to like their beauty products, it would say for men, their razors, their hair products, even probably toothpaste, someone somewhere has made a toothpaste that's for men, and lotions and things like that. So, the media does play a role in, still pinpointing what's for girls and what's for boys, what's acceptable for the two genders. And still, there's not a lot of being inclusive of the other genders that we do have. And I think that is probably like a negative way in which socialization works, is that it's not being all inclusive just yet. There are still little things like certain TV shows that may start to provide you with examples of transgender people, gay lesbian couples, and showing them more in TV shows, on the news, just more in the media in general. In my own personal life, my parents are Jamaican, and they've kind of raised us a bit like not too strict, but strict enough to where it was noticeable. So, like, by saying that, I mean, like, with crying was not acceptable for us, even as girls. I have two sisters and I have two brothers. So crying for all of us is just not a thing. You were not allowed to cry about anything, and if you did, it was met with being spanked, because they were seeing you as crying, being sad about things, like, oh, I didn't want to eat dinner because it's not what I like. They would see that as you being ungrateful, being disrespectful to them, rather than maybe thinking of something else that you could do for dinner. So when it came to crying, it was just never a good idea. They would always tell us, don't cry for foolishness. That is their favorite line, and something like that stuck with me a lot. So when now it comes to me being older, being vulnerable, crying about things, like I'm always kind of like policing myself and not really allowing myself to cry for things. And if I am crying for things, I'm really trying hard to sit and think about, is this something to cry about? Is it useful? Is it good? Is it acceptable for me to cry about something if it's not like a death in the family, if it's not like an illness, a serious illness, and things like that. And like, it expresses that a lot in the book with, parents, making you wear the color pink if you're a girl, wearing color blue as a boy, certain toys that you're allowed to play with, kind of grooming you for when you're adult. The ladies are going to be the housemakers, they're going to nurture the kids, they're going to be cooking and cleaning and making sure that the home is, intact, while the man goes out to work and gets the money and, is just the sole monetary provider for the family. And I personally don't know whether socialization is positive or negative. As I said, it can be negative when it's not being inclusive of all the genders and races that we have in the media. But I also feel like, it's positive once it is displaying them more, once it is showing people that being gay, being lesbian, trans, being a part of the LGBTQ community is acceptable, and it doesn't change much. It's not having a negative effect on people if they choose not to be heterosexual. Yeah, I think that's about it. So, thank you.